No, it's then you'll be like,
One of those.
whatever son on July 4th. I think I'm done with puberty, I hope. Welcome back to the show. Big Daddy Reed.
Sup?
Did you ever have a nickname? Like, what was anybody ever call you like a specific thing? Like, your name doesn't like rhyme with anything. Like Reed, like
yeah.
I mean, they can call you Riley Reed, but
my Riley. Oh god. My neighbor calls me Punisher, but it's not as badass as you think it sounds. It's not as badass. So when you hear Punisher, you're thinking of like a badass.
I'm thinking like what's that guy's name? John. He was on The Walking Dead for like first couple seasons.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
thinking
thinking
of
of the
that
comic
guy.
book character Punisher. Well,
Yeah.
I got the nickname Punisher when I first moved to where I'm at because I was a little chubby,
Oh,
rounded kid,
you were a bowling ball.
and there's a rapper who is fat named Punisher. So that's where my nickname came from.
Oh,
and I
boy.
didn't realize that till like years later. I thought when he called me the Punisher, it was because I was a badass or something. No, it was because I was fat.
Yeah.
No,
Did
they
you
just
have
want
a?
fun. What about you?
I mean, Hoolie's like
Mhm.
that's been like it's weird wherever my family goes. Like when my brother went to two different colleges and everything, somehow someone always begins to call us Hoolie, and it just sticks. Like I got
Yeah.
called Hoolie the other day at Sex 8. I'm like, it came here too. I'm
Yeah,
like,
well,
ooh.
I mean, you do have a long
It
last
is
name.
it is tattooed on my arm too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've heard when we were playing Pee Wee ball, I've heard an announcer call you Honolulu before.
dude, yeah, I've
Justin
heard
Honolulu.
announcers butcher that name. I'm like, it's not that hard. It's
It's not.
like
You can
I've heard
sound it out.
someone's called me hooligan before, like announcer. I'm like, do you see a G in there anywhere? No, there's no G near my
They should
name.
have on your name like Hooli dot hand. Hula hand
Honestly,
to
it's
help
not hard.
people.
Hoolie, I can get that part. Like that could be like it could be Holly, it could be like that. Like
Yeah.
okay, if you called me Hollahan, I've been called that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
heard that one too.
understand.
Hollahan.
But if you throw in a hooligan, like where did you get a G? Nowhere in my name is there a G.
Yeah, that's somebody you just read it too fast under pressure. Would you
Did
be
you
able
ever
to be
have
like,
a?
oh, you go first. You go first.
No, you started, and there's that fly is still in here, dude. Oh my gosh.
It might be a different fly.
Probably, dude. They're
They're
fucking molding.
yeah. But
Yeah, you go.
I got one for you. Could you ever see yourself at like just like even like a children's football game or baseball game being like the announcer?
I've done it before. I was a kid though, also.
Oh, they let
Yeah.
you do it?
Yeah, it was like I mean, I was like it was like majors baseball.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like I went up there, I was like, yeah, I'll do the announcing like batting now, batting
Your first
first
gig, as
is
they say.
whatever. Yeah, and like it was kind of boring, but like, dude, if I did announcing now, like, you
You
think
go
this
all out.
podcast is, dude? I'm going podcast to announcing. There's gonna be, it would be messy
You're gonna
because,
plug the podcast while you're announcing.
yeah, like, I'm gonna pull this out. Like, oh, he goes up for the shot, bang! Hey, check out the show with Junior, by the way, on YouTube. It comes out every Monday.
Every time a kid's hurt, just like, you know what? This reminds me of this incredible story we told on the show with
Yes,
J&R.
we told you can only find it at YouTube. The show _ with Junior. Check it
I
out.
feel like it would be way too. I feel like I would reading the names. The only thing is the names I would have a problem with when you're like
Yeah.
announcing the kids and you're just like just butchering names because I'm horrible at reading names.
Oh yeah.
Just 'cause
No, and I won't even try to spell them right. I'll
No.
butcher them on
Just go
purpose.
for it.
Like if I think it's first thing I see, I'm like, all right, that's the name. It's whatever. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna try to correct myself.
Now, there's something else.
I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
Am I quiet? It might just be me. Oh no, it's you.
Yeah, I'm on my Poppy's computer. So
Now,
well,
if you could
yeah,
give yourself a nickname, what would it be?
see, I did give myself a nickname, and it stuck pretty decent. I gave
Uh-huh.
myself the nickname J Man. probably about
That's
freshman year of
right.
high school. And it is my username, JJ_man_20 Instagram, Twitter. Go follow me.
Yeah, the J Man.
But
What
no,
about the
and
J Train? Whatever happened to J Train?
yeah, so it started with J Train because I got that because I saw there was a Boise State running back. I don't even know if actually I wonder what happened to this guy because he was decent in NFL. I haven't heard him in a while. His name is Jay Ajayi. Played
Did
at
he have
Boise
like the
State and then
blonde dreadlocks?
yeah, he had like different color. I think he had like the frosted tips.
Whose
They were
team? I
pretty. They
forget
were
what
pretty
team he
dope.
was playing on.
He was on the Eagles for a while.
Yeah, Eagles. That's the last time I think I saw him.
But I don't. I'm gonna look him up after this. But anyways, he had this thing. He was called the J Train
Mhm.
because he was J and he was a beast. And so I was like, geez, I'll take that. I was like, I'm kind of a train, like kind of a big.
Train.
My freshman thought, and so I think it was like. I think I went JJ. I think that was my username on Instagram for a little bit on my old account, JJ_train_ like 20.
Yeah.
And so that like I let that filter out. But J Man, like I'm cool. If you call me J Man, like all right, that's cool. Like
The
J Man, Hooli, JJ. I have my niece call me Uncle JJ, kind of. I'm trying to get her to teach that. Or Mr. Houlihan, either one.
Mr. Houlihan.
You either call me JJ or Mr. Houlihan.
You know,
Professor.
now that we're talking about it, I do have another nickname, and it's what my
Daddy
nephew
is what it is.
Daddy.
You
Daddy
look like
P.
a daddy. Yeah.
But it was my other nickname, and it's so weird, like explaining it in public when people hear it. But it's Gibby from
Ooh,
iCarly.
yes.
My brother gave me
Gibster.
that nickname when he tried to say that I took my shirt off all the time, but we were at the beach. I took my shirt off once, and he went, "Dude, you're Gibby," and it just stuck. And so my nephew calls me Gibby, and people are like, why does he call you Gibby? And I'm like, you ever see
Dig it.
iCarly?
I dig it. Gibby was a beast on iCarly, and I can see like a younger version of you being a young
Yeah, now
Gibby.
that I think back on it, I'm like, yeah, I could definitely be a Gibby.
Very similar. Did you ever have have you ever been called like, hey, you look like this celebrity? Like, you ever had
Yes.
someone say that?
And
Yes.
this one is so off. It was from when I was younger. This guy had I was at this conference. This guy had an obsession calling me it. He said I looked like the dude from Karate Kid, the main guy, Daniel.
LaRusso?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I look nothing like him, but he kept
Yeah.
he was like, you kind of look like the Karate Kid, man. I'm like, no, I don't. Quit hyping me up.
Yeah.
I don't look like him. Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
weird one that I think I've been compared to.
I've been, I get Chris Evans a lot. I get Thor, Jason Momoa, pretty much any hot guy with long hair.
I've heard a Triple H thrown in there.
I have gotten Triple H at
Now
my
that would
old
be a
college.
good one. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's
Because
I mean a big wrestler, Houlihan. I get it.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier because you got the long hair. You kind of got.
I get
the
Thor a
stock, You
lot.
get the stocky vibe.
I get
You could go
Thor
for
a
like a
lot.
Clay Matthews too.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time, man. I've been trying to get that hook on for years.
Now, what Thor did you relate to the most? Though? The skinnier Thor or the bigger Thor?
Yeah, long-haired Thor, like original. I'd say probably first Avengers.
We're not talking the big Thor then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there soon. Give it some time.
Dude, he's living in the same shack and everything.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, I think Thor's probably the main.
Yeah,
nickname.
I've heard Thor. You've got an obsession with Thor,
Yeah, I mean, hey,
don't you?
he's a
have
handsome man.
What is it?
I do have a mini Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. That's what it is.
Yeah. And will I have
Stormbreaker.
a bigger version of Stormbreaker later? Yeah, probably.
Dude,
Wouldn't put it past
do
me.
they sell those? I'd buy it.
Jeez, dude, you can get anything on Amazon, dude. Just look it up.
Yeah, I feel like you get a Stormbreaker, dude. What if like one that lights up? That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think these kids realize how like great they have it with like toys and stuff.
The
toys
kids these
nowadays?
days, man, they don't know how good they have it. What
No,
we had
dude.
to go through, man.
Their toys are top notch now. They got the
What was
3D
like the top
printers.
toy that you had when you were little that you remember like getting? at like the youngest you can possibly like remember, like, yo, I got this toy and I remember it to this day because it was so dope. I have two.
I'm trying to think. I had a couple. I really was obsessed with this action figure I had. It was a Star Wars one, but it was the the silver droids that are like kind of stocky on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had one of those, and that was like my favorite action figure that I ever had. But he wouldn't stand up; his legs were too thin.
I hated action figures like that. They couldn't like really do anything.
Yeah, it was like hard to play with. Like I couldn't set him up to get destroyed; he would just fall over.
Ugh.
What about you?
So I have two. I remember one of them is not a toy, but I was really young, and I remember it was like mostly. So I got these for my birthday. Okay, so
Huh.
this was when I was living in San Diego, so I was like under 6, and I remember on my birthday, I remember this clear as day because it was such an iconic day for me. I feel like because I remember I was out on the playground. It was my birthday, and I look in the distance and I see my pops and my mom walking through, and it was like the sun was glaring on them, like they're coming out of the sun. And I was like, "Yo, they're here for my birthday. I know it." And they're like, "Hey, we just checked you out of school. We're gonna go and do some stuff." I was like, Psh.
Oh,
So they take
dude.
me to I think it was Toys R Us. I'm pretty sure. Take me to Toys R Us, and they're like, "All right, pick out some toys." I was like, "Oh, baby!"
Dude,
And
that's the best.
I
Oh.
got this Black Hawk helicopter
Mhm.
because I was big in the military, and I got this big Black Hawk helicopter with the action figures and like the gunners on the
Mhm.
side, dude. Oh, I had that thing forever. Like even when we moved up here, like I probably still have it. It's probably in storage somewhere. Honestly, I probably
Oh,
never
dude,
threw that thing
bust that
away,
thing out.
dude. If I could find it, it will be up on this wall. But I have that, and then I remember another birthday I had. It was probably one of my worst birthdays because the day before, I think I never really had friends over for my birthday. I'm thinking
Yeah.
it would like me, but no, but I got like a gumball machine, like a miniature gumball machine,
Oh.
and it was like the day before my birthday. And then I ate all that gum that night, dude. And then
Yeah.
I remember I got so sick the next morning, like puking, like so I didn't get to celebrate my birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I remember. Isn't that weird that you remember that stuff from like that
yeah, you were.
little
It's like little thing, but then like someone will unlock like something that you remember. Like someone will,
chamber?
yeah, they'll talk and you'll be like, oh, I completely forgot all about that. Were you more of a GI Joe type of kid, or were you like the realistic ones, like a green, I
I'm
guess, soldier?
so I had like not I never was a big GI Joe. I had like the iconic like Marine had his M16
Oh
with
yeah.
his helmet on, but I was also really big into I have some of them actually. The just the little tiny guys
Mhm.
that were stuck in a pose like the little
Oh, dude,
wax
the
figures.
best. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I used to go out full brawls on the table, dude. I was like, all right, I got my snipers over here. I got my
Oh,
machine gunners
dude,
over here.
yeah.
It's like these guys are gonna dominate.
Oh yeah, dude. I used to have just I like actual wars. Some did you ever like take a ball and would just drop it on them like a bomb
Oh,
to
dude, I
like
used to
explode?
destroy
Oh,
those things.
dude.
I used to break their feet off. I was like, all right, you just got exploded. You just stepped on a frag.
Yeah.
Like you stepped on a mine and you just obliterated your legs.
Dude, what the worst was? Did you ever have like a friend or like a family member who had like the coolest toys, and you would always want to go over to their house, and you were just like, God, this kid has like the best toys.
Yeah, there was a I don't remember a lot of the toys that my friends had.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when I was like a little older, I was like, okay, these kids have like the gaming machines, they got the new games,
Yeah.
and like I still don't even have the new consoles. They probably had a newer console back then than I do now, but like which I'm okay with. I honestly don't want the new ones because I'm like, it's just a
It gets
waste of money. I feel
too
like
much after a
I'm
while.
like I don't even play on live anyways. So I was like, I play with my pops,
Yeah.
just me and him. But yeah, I don't remember like toys wise. Remember this one kid? He was like my best friend in San Diego. I don't even remember his name, but we were like really good friends. And I don't know why I remember this all of a sudden, but I remember we were like riding bikes in his backyard and he had like some land. And I was like, we were big into Evil Knievel. You know who that guy is? Like
Evil
the
Knievel.
stunt man.
Evil Knievel?
Evil Evil Knievel, is that his
Yes.
name? It's not evil. I was like,
You
okay.
threw me off. I was like,
He,
is this?
he
I
wore
thought it
like
was
the
like an
white
off-brand
costume.
one, and I was like, evil.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
he wore
no,
like the
Evil
white
Knievel.
costume.
He's the best.
So I'm like riding a bike in this backyard, and I I tumble because I can barely ride a bike now. I'm terrible
Yeah.
at riding bikes, and I just eat stuff, and like I got a cut like on my eye, and they're like patching me up, putting like a thing over, and I was like, man, that was tough. And they're like, dude, that was Evil Knievel, man. You are
Oh, dude,
like, you look
you're a
so
legend.
badass. And after that, I was like, I'm not even injured anymore. I was like, my ego is high.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even care. I don't even feel this anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one time the most Evil Knievel thing I ever did was like, I was really into mountain biking. And so me and my friend, we built these jumps. It was like,
How
so we
old are
go
you?
downhill, 11,
Okay.
11 or 12. You go down this hill, go off this jump, hit it, and then go off this like little side of a cliff thing. My friend would do it like no problem. He's like, "Are you gonna do it, man? Like you helped build this." And I was like, "Yeah, I got it. I got it." Went down on the bike, and I'm going, and like, usually you try to have happy thoughts, like, like I got this. This is fine. This is easy. But you still got those nerves.
Oh
At
yeah.
some point, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And when I'm saying like I'm not able to do this, like I'll like just give up. And so
Mhm.
I was riding right when I got to the jump. That's when I decided I can't do this. I flew up into the air. When I
Oh
came
god.
down, I didn't land on my seat. I landed on the back tire. The back tire was spinning, pulled down my pants. I rode on the back tire, fell, ass hanging out, laying there, wind knocked out of me.
Yes.
And I couldn't pull up the pants because I was like trying to catch my breath, just laying there. And there's a street right there, or in houses, so they're probably watching some kids sitting there, ass out, just going, oh, oh. Yeah, dude, that was probably like the most Evil Knievel thing I did.
Dude, I'm a big puss when it comes to things like that, like going off
Oh,
it like
dude, now
that much of adrenaline. Like I'm like, I don't need to do this. Like
oh
even
yeah,
like so have you ever been so I think it's Scott's Flat. Like it has the little bridge that you jump off of.
oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, have you jumped off that?
No,
No? Like just
no,
the no, like at the lake, not the river. Like people I'm talking about the lake.
I've jumped off of a rock at a river.
No, so I'm not talking about yeah, a rock. That's nothing. I'm
Well, not
talking
like a bit. It was a big rock. It was like a side of a cliff.
so at the lake at Scott
Mhm.
I think it's Scott's Flat. At Scott's Flat, there's that big pass, and it's
Mhm.
not that big of a jump, but I mean it's a decent thing that people jump off of. Spillway. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I guarantee I would have not have jumped off of that.
You've never jumped?
No.
Okay. Well, I've jumped off that thing lots of times, but so like that, like I'm okay with jumping because I'm like a lake. I mean, there's a
Mhm.
lot of room to go down.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
but there's people like at the river that we have up here, that big old bridge, and people jumping off of that thing.
Dude,
Not a
yeah,
chance.
that scares me. Cuz it's not
Yeah, dude.
deep right there either. Like you could touch the
Yeah,
bottom.
you have to jump in a little spot, like, or
Yeah.
you're hitting a boulder, or you're breaking your
Oh,
left fibia.
yeah, I hate when people like try to talk you into it too. They're just like, "Dude, you can easily do this. Just aim right there. Don't aim there. There's a rock right there. Don't go
There's
right
people
there."
that backflip off of it.
Oh, dude, I
If
could
I,
barely
dude,
jump off of it.
so here's the thing, like spillway, like okay, I'll jump off of that little bridge.
Mhm.
I'm pencil diving. I ain't
Oh,
diving.
yeah, no.
I'm a pencil dive aficionado. Okay, I stick that stick. All right.
Dude, or what about the people who run off of it and jump?
Yeah,
Have
I
you
mean,
seen
if I
that?
do that,
Oh,
if I do that, I'm jumping to a
oh,
perfect
dude,
pencil. God
I'm not
damn.
even gonna make it past jumping off of like the end of the bridge. I'm gonna nick my foot off of that and
That's what
then
would happen to
fall
me.
down and land in the shallow end.
I'm very unathletic when it comes to things like that, jumping
Oh,
off of
dude, were
things.
you
All of a sudden, my athletic ability just leaves my body.
dude, were you ever into like skateboarding at all when you were younger?
I was for a little bit. My brother had a skateboard,
Uh huh.
and like I was like kind of little, so I was like never really got into it. But I almost got into it. I want at the end when we graduated high school,
Hmm.
when I was gonna leave for college, I was like, I I was with Ethan. I think I was at the mall. I was getting like some clothes,
Hmm.
and I was sitting in the skate shop and I probably
Oh
debated for
boy.
about 30 minutes whether or not I should buy this skateboard.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, I really want it. I was like, this would be really badass. I was like, if I skate around campus like that. But and then I ended up not buying it, which is good choice because I most likely would have broke something. Because if I can't ride a bicycle very well, I mean, I'm not riding a
Yeah.
skateboard very well either. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, I got a skateboard recently
I
just
can
because
see
I
you
was like,
being a skater.
I like just cruising. I'm not good at the trick stuff. That's where I will hurt
Okay.
myself.
Mhm.
But for a while, I was just cruising on it, you know, just past time, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I think what really stopped my motivation to get on the skateboard was I was just cruising like that. I hit a rock and I was going pretty fast. I flew and it was hot outside, so I was sweating. Flew. You could see like the skid marks, like I was a rock skipping on the water of sweat on the playground that I was on. The spots might still be there. They were like there for a while to where you could
Oh
just see me
no.
skid. And dude, I just was like, it was like one of those moments where you just blink and then you're on the ground. And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, maybe I should really reconsider this.
Yeah, that's the thing about skateboards. You're one pebble away from
Oh
just
yeah, dude.
tumbling. One little pebble
Or even like
can
some of the
ruin your
tricks
day.
that these guys do, like just like one mess up and
Tony
you're done.
Hawk.
Dude, that guy
Tony
is
Hawk.
still
He's
going.
like 50. He's like 50 something. He's still hitting like 3-8ers or whatever it's
Dude,
called.
I don't know how he does it, honestly. It's pretty wild.
So do you want to get into the thing that we were going to do today for this
Let's
episode?
get into it.
So I had Reed. I was like, write down some of your things that you just can't stand or that piss you off, like kind of like pet peeves, but like sort of not, but like things that you just can't stand. And I was like, write them down, and we'll talk about them on the show, and we'll compare. You drinking coffee over there?
Yeah.
7:13 at night.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You have a problem.
I know.
Oh boy. So, I guess we'll just do it. You read one, I'll read one. I mean,
Okay.
we can talk about them. But what's your
Perfect.
first one? Mine's in no particular order too. I just wrote
Yeah,
mine down. It's
mine
not
aren't
in.
either. I just wrote mine down. So I would
What's your first
say
one?
the first one is I absolutely can, like, I have to bite my tongue when I do it. But would people say something and they'll like say they're like busting out this fact that they learned, and they're
Yeah.
just like, and then they're like end it with, yeah, I read it on Facebook. It was pretty good.
Oh,
That
okay.
bugs
Okay.
me. Okay. Would you just read something on social media and then like don't like maybe not dive into it as much? You just read it on social media, like those posts where it's like just they're like a brief statement. It is a brief
Yeah.
statement, and you take that as true, and then you're like, "Yep, I guess that's true." Like when it's like so and so did this to this, like it bugs me. And then when you tell people about it, like if I'm at like a family gathering, I just kind of sit there and I'm just like, oh my god, and I just have to like I have to walk out of the room because I'll like
Mhm.
actually be like, well, actually no, that didn't happen, this is what happened. And it's so hard because you don't want to be that guy either
Yeah.
that's like, well, technically, it's
Like,
so
hey,
hard.
what's your source? Source? Trust me, bro. All right,
Dude,
just trust me.
the biggest one was, I remember it was when people were saying that they were going to pick up Disneyland from California and move it to Texas because of COVID.
Like
And
physically move everything.
yes.
Okay.
It sounds, you're like, it sounds a little off. And this person was busting it out at a family event like it was true. They were just like, yeah, they're just going over. They're offering them all this money. And I'm just sitting there like trying to keep my mouth shut. And then I had to walk out. It bugs me so
Yeah,
much.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So my first one, I can't stand when so obviously I commute down to Sac. So if I have to get gas, usually I'm kind of in a hurry-ish. Like I don't want to lollygag, but
Yeah.
I can't stand filling up my gas. The amount of questions that this machine asks me before I
Oh.
can put gas in. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, put your card in, remove it. And then it's like, all right, enter your PIN or whatever. PIN. You want a car wash today? No, I'm good. Receipt? No, I'm good. You having a good day today? Sure, I'm having a good day. All right, you
How's your health
interested in
doing
some
today?
reward? Yeah, you interested in some rewards? No, just let me press the damn 87 button so I can fill up my damn tank. Like they just ask me so many questions. I
On a
can't
scale from 1
stand
to
it.
10, how happy are you today?
Literally, it's things like that. And it seems like it gets longer every time. They add
Oh
another
yeah.
question every time I go there.
Oh dude.
Oh, can't
Yeah,
stand
when
it.
you oh man, I hate too also the on the pumps when they have like they set up the little TV things and it's like
Yeah,
the little news stuff and it bugs like I think it bugs me mostly because I start watching it and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." And I'm like, "Wait, why am I watching? This is a gas pump.
it's
I want
always
to
a
go home."
repeat too. Like
Yeah.
play something new. Play
Yeah, you saw
play a
like
Family
15
Guy
seconds
episode.
ago.
Yeah, play something interesting. I don't. That's when I would mind. I was like, I'll answer your damn questions. You play iCarly episode of The Office.
Yeah, and it's
Give
always
me
like
some.
stupid information. Like it's not like the actual news. It's just like
Yeah,
there's a
it's fake
video of
news.
this dog going viral, and this dog is the cutest. You gotta watch it. And I'm always just like, what am I doing? I just want to get my
Yeah,
gas and leave.
yeah. I'm like, I'm about to be late because of you.
So
What's your second one?
my
What's your
second one,
second?
and this might sound a little weird, but I'll try to explain it the best. I
Got 'em.
hate fake small talk.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
the like, oh my god, like what is like, and they'll be like, how are you? Or like when somebody's fake nice to me, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Don't
When they're just like,
patriotize me.
oh, dude,
Like,
I hate it. I'd rather
don't.
somebody, if they don't know like who I am or they're just trying to get the deal with me, to barely talk to me and
Mhm.
slowly pick up on clues throughout the
Mhm.
conversation. Not like, oh my god, how are you? What do you do? Where do you? I hate that so much. Where they're like interviewing you, and like I get
Yeah.
it. It's kind of weird because it's like people want to get to know you, but it's just like, or when you run into somebody, I like it when people are short with it. Like, hey, how are you? Yada yada, and then you're done, and then it's done.
Hey, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Are you going to college? You
Yeah.
working?
They'll ask you 20 questions. Where
How's
you
your
working? Oh,
How's
how's
your
your job?
mother?
You like your job?
How's your
Oh,
mother?
that's awesome. They'll just keep going, and you're just like,
Yo,
oh,
you
I
still
don't
with
have
that
time.
girl that you were dating 6 years ago? Like, you
Yeah,
still with
and then
her?
you end up crying in the grocery store.
Yeah, and then it's just then I can't get my ice cream that I came to get at 8 o'clock at night, and I just missed my television show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hate small talk. I want big talk. I don't want small talk.
Yeah, just be honest with me.
Yeah. So my second one, when I'm getting a sandwich at Porter Subs, um, I don't eat Subway anymore, but like Subway, if I'm getting a Sammy,
Mhm.
all right, I can't stand when because I order the same thing always. All right? I order it and then I'm like, yeah, that should do it. I say that should do it. They're going to bag it up. Hey, you want salt and pepper, oil, vinegar? I
Oh,
can't. Who in their right mind would put that on my sandwich?
you
If
want to
that goes
throw a
anywhere,
cookie in there?
no. And I can't stand the salt and pepper thing, like, and the oil and vinegar. Like, no, I don't want my freaking perfect sandwich that you just made to get all greasy. I don't want it. If that goes anywhere near it, I'm getting a free meal and I'm not leaving until I do. Can't stand it. Oh, that pisses me
Oh,
off.
yeah, that gets me going too. Because where it's like, no, I would have said I wanted it.
Oh, yeah. And if I say
Oh,
that should do it, that should do it. Ring me up. You
you're
don't need to
bringing up
ask if I
you're
want a
bringing up so
cookie.
much anger from me right now. I'm thinking about all the times I've been put in this situation.
Yeah, it happens at every like any restaurant that's like you walk through, like Panda Express,
Mhm.
Chipotle. Like they always like. I'm like, ah, yeah, that's like Panda Express. Like I get my teriyaki chicken sauce
Mhm.
on top. Yeah, I'll do it on top. That should do it. Hey, you
What
want some pot stickers? Want an egg roll? Any drinks tonight?
what about this one? This one's not on my list, but I'd like to throw it in there. When if you make a donation, when they're like, "Oh," and you make the donation, don't make a big deal out of it.
Yo, dude, Panda
When
Express.
they ring the bell.
Yeah, it's like, hey, would you like to round up to $8 for St. Jude? I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they just
everyone's like,
start
"Eh,
ringing.
Banzai!
Thank you.
Like, oh gosh, the charity man over here.
Yeah, dude, they just start ringing bells, they, like clapping for you, dude. I hate that. Just let me do it and get away. Like, let me leave. Oh, I saw that one. I think you almost got
Dude,
that one.
that was a big hoss, and he's coming back for more. Oh, I'm gonna get his ass.
Which one are we on now? Number 3?
Yeah, third one.
Okay. Here's my third one. I should have said this one after you were talking about the gas pump and stuff. I hate at gas stations the reward system. Do you ever
Like,
have you ever been to a gas station where they give you a card for rewards?
I mean, I think like doesn't is it called kickback? Is there a kickback card?
Yes, there's a kickback
My
card.
dad has one of those. I don't have one.
I am somebody who gets pressured into it every single time, even
You
if I
can't say
don't.
no.
Yeah, they like persuade me to it to where I'm like, okay. Like it'll be like, oh, do you have a loyalty card or a kickback card? Oh no, do you want one? Oh no, I'm good. Are you sure?
Now
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
sure. Do you come here
maybe.
often? No, not really. Are you sure though? All right, fine. Give me the card. Give me the card.
Yeah, shit. If it gets you off my back.
And then also, if you have a reward for the card, I just ran into this the other day. I I'm trying, to still eat healthy and stuff. So I had one of these cards. Then they asked me, "Do you have your card?" And so I'm like, "Fine, yeah." I pulled it out, and I forgot I even had it. Scanned it, and then it's like, "Oh, we're giving out a free cookie this month. Do you want the cookie?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." And then she went, not a big sweets guy, huh?" And I was like, "No, not really. Do you have somebody you could give it to?" I was like,
Oh my god.
yeah, I guess. Sure, just give me the cookie.
That's Satan. They're tempting me to break
Yeah,
your diet.
yeah. And I was
Because
just
you
like,
know, if you get that cookie and like, okay, I'll give it to my thing, that thing's not making it home. All
oh
right.
no, and
Because
then
you're
you're
gonna be
feeling it.
driving and you're gonna look and you're like, that cookie looks kind of good. Just one
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
nibble.
and you're
And
feeling
then
it,
all
and
of a
you're like,
sudden it's
oh, it's
gone.
like one of those soft ones too.
Oh
Wonder if it's
gosh.
warm.
Then you have to go back and you got to grab a thing of milk so you can
Yeah,
have that
yeah.
cookie. God,
It's
it's just a
just a
process.
problem. Anything. I honestly could get sold into any pyramid scheme or any because they'd be like, "Are you sure?" And they would sell me on it. I
Yeah,
did it with a
that's
guy
funny.
one time at I think it was Costco. They tried to sell me on a
Oh yeah.
signing up for cable, and I let the dude. I felt so bad, but I couldn't stop and say. He read the whole thing out to me, the whole script. Sat there for 10 minutes, and he's like, "Are you interested?" And I'm like, no, sorry, man." He goes, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay, have a good day then." It's
just
just like,
wasted his time.
dude, but they do it too to where you can't stop them. And then if you
Mm.
stop them, you seem like the rude because you're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold on," and then you're like, "No, I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
And then so you just have to sit there and listen to it. Yeah, that bugs me. That
That,
bugs me a
yeah.
lot.
So this one goes kind of to along with that, but it's I can't stand people who use only Apple Pay or any of that
Oh,
to pay for their.
yes.
So Ethan
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Garrity, if you listen to this, I'm talking to you,
He's
you
the one.
dumb bastard. Dude, we go to the store or go to something. I can't tell you how many times because he's like, I'm like, dude, why don't you carry cash? He doesn't even bring his wallet anymore. I
No, he
mean, he just
doesn't.
has his phone. And I'm like, dude, why don't you carry cash? He's like, because it's gross. It's so dirty. I'm like, and who gives a shit? It's money.
You're touching stuff
Yeah.
outside too.
You're
And
touching everything. I'm like, we're in a pandemic. First of all, you're worried about some little bit of cash, a little bit dollar bill. But dude, and I can't tell you how many times we've gone to the store or somewhere at like Chipotle and we're ordering something and he gets up there. He's like,
oh, yeah.
after he orders, already makes the burrito. Hey, do you take Apple Pay? Oh no, sorry. And then he gives me a look behind, and I'm like,
He's done
don't
that to
worry,
me
I'll
too.
get it. Dude, I'm like, just bring your damn credit card. Good God.
He's done
Can't
that.
stand that.
He's done that to me at Starbucks this one time. And it was their system wasn't working for the Apple Pay. He kept trying it, it wasn't working. And he went, "Oh," and he just looked at
He's
me.
done that
Yeah.
exact same thing. Like he tried it 4 different times. He's
Mhm.
like, oh, and then he just turns back. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Mr.
And then I'll be like,
Stanford.
"Yeah, it's fine. I'll get it for you." I was like, You don't have to pay me back. It's whatever." And then he's like, "No, let me pay you back." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." And then
He's
he's
never
sending,
paid me back one
and then
time.
he's sending me Apple Pay requests because he knows I don't have Apple Pay. And so I'm
Yes,
like,
dude.
"No, I don't do Apple Pay. I'm not setting this up."
He does that shit like he's like, dude, I'll Venmo you Apple Pay. I'm like, I don't even know what either one of those things are. I don't have it. And I'm like, and I
Yeah.
know you're not gonna give me a dollar bill because you're afraid to touch it because you a woman, but no, it's like no, but I cannot and it's I just think it's such a douchey thing. I don't know why. Like,
Dude.
oh, here, let me pay for that. Just tap it. All
Yeah.
right, went through. Good. And then
I
it's like,
know.
yeah,
Oh.
back that up for me. I can't stand that. Oh,
And it's
that
like,
gets on
why
my
not
nerves.
bring it up before? Like, not why not be like, hey, do you guys have Apple Pay?
Or
But
just
wait for the
why not
last
just bring your
minute.
little card?
Yeah, the last
Just bring your
minute.
card
You
and
go,
slide it.
you got Apple Pay?
Yeah,
I
after they
hate it.
made your meal, after they made the meal,
Oh
made your
God.
big old burrito. Hey, you guys, by the way, you got Apple Pay? Oh
Yeah,
no.
like
Oh, don't worry, my buddy will take the tab.
he's
Hey, I'll
got
pay
it
you
then.
back, man. He's like, I'll pay you back. I'm like, no, you won't. Yeah. Can't
Okay,
stand
on to number 4.
it.
I have it written down, but I don't want to look at it. My number 4 has to be. I gotta put my
Come on,
words
get it
words
out.
in. I'm trying to say
Words
this
with
without.
friends.
Okay, you got me fired up on that Apple Pay,
Yeah, dude, pisses me off, man.
but what I despise are people who don't. When I am on a set time or I have a schedule, I've probably, and you know what, this is where I'm bad because I've probably done this to you before by being like, hey, can we switch the time? I
All the time,
hate
every
when
single time.
people, no, it's every time.
I don't
I
think we've ever
hate it.
scheduled a time and stuck to it.
I think so. But I hate when I'm on a certain time and or if I'm like driving someone somewhere and they're taking their sweet time or they're like, we got time. And I'm like, no, we don't. You need to hurry up. I hate that. And I do it
That's
too.
the
That's the
Garrity's
thing.
once again. Once
Yes.
again, they
Uh-huh.
are the worst. If you go to their house, like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up,
Mhm.
dude. You're gonna be sitting in that driveway for a minimum of 15 minutes.
Oh,
And they're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we're ready, dude. Come get us. We're there. Next thing I know, I call one of them, and it's usually like Dom blaming
Mhm.
Ethan. He's like, dude, I'm just Ethan's brushing
Yeah.
his teeth, going to the
Ethan.
bathroom. He's taking forever. I'm like, okay, then you come out, keep me company. I'm sitting in
Yeah.
the driveway like a weirdo. Come on out. No, but like I'm one of those guys, like, I don't like to be late to anything.
Mhm.
So like, and so like I'm on schedule, but
Mhm.
dude, oh,
I
that
know.
kind of this goes into my next thing, but I'll let you finish like your little spiel.
I know. I feel so bad because I do it to you all the time. And
Yeah.
I always feel bad because I know how it feels. And that's why I'm always like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Like, for example, today I forgot.
Tonight.
Yeah. Usually every week I'm on a different schedule. Like, I'll get off earlier or I'll get
Making
off late.
RCD cars.
Yeah. I forgot that I got off later tonight. And so you told me the time. I was like, perfect. Like, that's perfect. And then I got off and then I got a message from you. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm
Mm.
just getting home. And I hate it. And I feel so bad every time I have to do it.
So this goes into my next one, kind of, and it happened today. So there's two things with regards to driving. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When someone's taking their sweet time on the freeway or something, like it pisses me off, but I'm one of those people like, okay, maybe it's like a new driver or something. Maybe they're like, it was raining today. I was like,
Yeah.
people are driving slow, which is fine. Like, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe they've never driven the rain. Okay. But on the other hand, the person that swerves in and out, cutting people
Oh,
off.
I hate that. I hate that so
This
much.
happened today, dude. When I tell you, I'm sitting there, I'm driving in the lane. I'm going like 45 because there's traffic.
Mm-hmm.
This person, big old truck, big old tires,
Yeah.
definitely has a small penis. I'll tell you that right now. This guy comes speeding up, takes a left, almost hits my front and pardon my language.
Whoa, easy.
My front
Get fired up.
is it a bumper? My front hood. I'll call it a hood.
Yeah, I think
Almost
it's your front
hits it.
bumper.
And then it gets in. But he did that. We weren't moving in traffic.
Yeah.
So he gets up there, cuts in the lane, and then stops. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've never wanted GTA to be a real thing where I can just floor this gas pedal to the
You just
ground
hit them out of the
and just
way.
rear end them and then unload an Uzi on this whole car. Oh, that stuff pisses me off. And when
Oh,
like we're
dude.
driving, like this, and then there's just that idiot that just cuts in and
Mm-hmm.
out. Like, are you in that big of a hurry?
Yeah.
Like you can't wait. It's not even a wait. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not making any time.
Oh, dude.
You're not making any fast. You maybe saved 1 minute.
What's like kind of a little bit off, but what's like the worst thing that you've seen happen from those people? Like those people swerving in and out. What is like the worst thing you've seen? Like if it was like an accident or something.
I mean, I've never seen an accident, luckily, but like I've seen the best thing where the guy does that and then he gets trapped and he can't move because someone boxed him in. I'm like,
Oh,
boom,
dude.
baby. Oh,
Could
but
you
no,
imagine
yeah,
living in
just
like LA?
idiots. No, I
That's
can't, dude.
that's like
That
an
traffic's
everyday
absurd.
thing in LA to get just cut off like that.
That
And
traffic is
once again,
absurd.
not on my list, but those people when you're in traffic, you're sitting there in traffic and they put on their blinker, they don't wait for you to make the decision to be like, "Oh yeah, come on over," or to
They just
go
go.
up. They slowly start getting their way into it and they'll just keep going. I hate those people so much.
I'm one of those people. I'll admit that.
That you'll just start going.
Because this happens like all the time when I'm leaving practice because I leave it like right around like traffic's just starting.
Mhm.
Just and it's just on this one little strip.
Well,
God, every single time. No, and I get in, and then like I don't know because the people in SAC are terrible drivers. I'm putting on
Mhm.
my blinker, and sometimes they'll speed up, and I can't get in. So I'll slowly but surely get in there.
Okay, see
But like
that's
I'm one of those
different
guys. If someone's
situation.
there, I always let them like, all right. I'm
Mhm.
like, come on, go, 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 get in
Yeah,
here.
different situation. If they're speeding up and they're like obviously not letting you in and they're just like being I guess a nuisance. Um I'm talking to people when they have enough time. They like say
Mhm.
behind you there's like a gap. They could shoot that gap easily once you pass or there's like nowhere for you to go. The people who just start going for it and they
Mm,
don't look. That's what bugs me.
jeez.
And this kind of leads on into my next one about driving. Either people who don't stay in their lane on a two-way highway or people who are probably intoxicated or something that keep swerving in and out. That gives me such bad anxiety.
I am terrible at that. My mom can't stand driving with me because I I like just swerve automatically. I don't know why. I swerve.
Oh, just like oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll like be driving and then it'll go. The car's just
Yeah.
people probably think I'm drunk when I'm
Yeah, I
driving,
do
but it's
that. I
not.
do that a little bit. Some if it's
I
dark, I
also
do that.
tend to drive in the middle towards you know how you're supposed to stay on like the white line on the right?
Uh-huh.
I tend to drift in the middle lane almost like on that yellow line, which is weird.
I
Yeah.
sometimes do it if I'm taking a turn too taking a turn too sharp. I've done that before. But like
Oh yeah.
there's been times there's like a area on my road where it's a blind corner. I can't tell you how many times there's been a semi truck or something almost over in my lane and the heart gets pounding so bad.
Yeah, that's lights out.
Yeah,
That's night time.
I also saw one time, I don't know if the dude was drunk in front of me or whatever, or if he was just swerving. This dude on a straightaway, two-way highway, starts swerving slowly into the other lane. A car is coming. Like a car is full on coming. It was in the morning too. So I'm still tired. I immediately like just slammed on my brakes in the middle of the road and just watched to see if there was going to be something crazy that happened. And I was just like, heart was pounding, and I was just like,
Yeah, that's scary.
oh my god, I hate those people so much.
That's
People
scary.
don't deserve to have a license.
So I have one more, and it's I don't know if I'll I don't know if you understand this, but I think you will because
Mhm.
it involves mostly girls, okay, who they are like announcing like I'm getting a tattoo finally. I'm
Oh
I'm
my.
getting a tattoo. And what do they get? It's like a squiggle. It's like just one little
Yeah.
line. It's like, oh, it's a wave. No, it's not. That is a line that my niece drew this morning on with a crayon. That is a line.
Yeah.
Can't stand there. Like big old announcement, like big old preparation. Like I'm gonna get it right on the back of my spine.
Mhm.
It's gonna go right there. It's gonna mean hope and love. And then it's like the tattoo
Yeah.
artist just literally drew like that. Can't stand that.
I can't stand either when people get the most basic tattoos that
The
everybody
flames
else has.
or the skull or
Listen, these are
the
tattoos that are
trees.
off limits. Flames, roses,
Hmm.
butterflies. There's probably another one, but those are the three that you gotta watch out for because everybody has one of those.
And also, for some reason, around here, everyone gets the same tattoo. The
The
trees.
tree and the in either
What's up
mountains
with
or just
that?
the trees.
Yeah, I get
I
it. We're
don't
from Northern
understand
Cali,
that.
all right, but be original. Find something else.
Oh my god,
Are
dude.
you gonna get a tattoo?
Yeah, yeah. I've been like,
I could see you being like a sleeved guy.
yeah, I've been trying to decide what I want. Like, just I've been just
Show
going
with
through
Junior.
options.
Get that on there,
Right on my head.
dude. That's
Just like
promotion right
just
there.
like the Jared Leto Joker. Like the damage is just gonna say the show with Jay, and it'll be the little at
Yes.
too. At.
Yes, that's
So
good publicity.
I got one that I think you. We know a couple of people like this.
Oh boy.
People who stop playing sports, and I understand. I'm somebody who stopped playing sports. I
I think I know where this is going.
I know I stopped playing because I didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm okay with that. But the people when somebody asks them if they're still playing and they're like, I would have, but
Yeah, they have an excuse
stop.
like
Stop. Like I got a bum knee or I was just getting too hurt. Like stop. It's okay
yeah,
just to say
just
I
give
didn't
it up, man. The glory days are over.
nobody's going to judge you if you're just like I didn't want to do it anymore. I respect that answer
Mhm.
so much better than any excuse or like when it gets too long when they're like, my love for the game just died, like,
Yeah, I used to just grind. I, just, I was hashtag D1
I
bound,
was
but man,
really good,
coach
but
didn't send out my tape.
yeah, I just when I saw the schools weren't seeing my potential, I couldn't do it anymore. I hate that so much. It's like just say why you stopped. Like just be like,
Yeah,
I didn't want to do it anymore, or it
I
was too
wasn't
hard.
good enough.
Yeah, I wasn't good enough.
Or it wasn't good enough.
And
Yeah,
it's a hard pill to swallow, but it sounds a lot better than making up some like, well,
don't make up a story. Don't make it up.
or when people try to relate to the people who are playing. Like, say if someone went up to you and would be like, dude, that reminds me back in 8th grade. Like, that bugs
See,
me.
that doesn't bug me that much. Like, I'll let them have that moment. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's dope. Like, yeah,
I
you,
hate
you
that
played in eighth
so
grade.
much.
I like it.
Where they just do that to somebody, like, especially somebody who's jumped to the next level, like a college or whatever. And they're just like,
Dude,
yeah,
you don't have to brag about me. All right? I get it. I'm playing college ball. Just cool.
it's, I'm just saying, it's a very respectful, like, it's a respectful thing to be like, he did it. And I know you don't want to hear that, but it just bugs me when people do that when they try to connect it back to like high school or 8th grade. And it's just like, dude, no, stop.
He
Or they're
made
just,
it, man.
or when they're just like, he's not doing too good up there. Oh, he's not doing too good. If I would have kept
Yeah.
going, and it's like, stop.
I told
Stop.
you he wasn't gonna make it, man. I told you he didn't have what it takes. I know
Yeah.
what it
Oh,
takes.
I hate that.
I read about
so
it.
Much.
I read about it
I hate it
in
so
an
much.
article what it takes to play football in
Yeah.
college.
Be like, man, my knee wasn't too bad right now. I'd be good. Also, another thing with sports, I hate it when people make up injuries. I hate that so much.
I've never
Or they
done
milk
that. Not
one.
even when I was little. Like I never
When
like
they
faked an
milk
injury to
one.
get out of anything.
Oh, dude.
See, I'm the opposite of milking, dude. Like I'm kind of injured right now, like with my back. Like my
Mhm.
back is jacked. It's like a hip thing that I have to like work on.
Well, that actually
But
reminds me back in 8th grade when I was
no, but like, and it hurts like during weights, but like
Mhm.
I have to. I'm not gonna not lift. Like I'm like
Yeah.
luckily I have a high enough pain tolerance where I can push through most injuries,
Mhm.
and so like I'm like the complete opposite. Like if I'm injured, like I'm not injured. I will work out
I
as hard.
know.
You won't even know.
I also hate sensitive people when it comes to like an injury when you like just give them a little bit of like like messing around with them and they're just like come on man like that's not funny and it's just like dude you hurt your knee
Soft.
you hurt your knee like Like I never minded when people made fun of, like when I got a concussion and people were like, "Oh, you faking it, you faking it." They're not like just messing with me. I could laugh that off because it's funny. But like
When did you get a concussion?
I've got like two.
Did I give you one when I
No,
had to
you
put you in
didn't.
your place at tight end?
No, you didn't. Okay, I got
Okay.
I got one. I'm trying to think. Sophomore year, I was I remember the kid hit me so hard in the head that like my head went down and it gave me a cut right here and I was bleeding. And
Dude,
then
I got. Here we go.
uh, and then
Yeah,
the second one, I didn't think I had one, but they pulled me out and then they did a bunch of the tests on me to
damn
see.
coaches.
It wasn't I think it was like a player.
Oh, looking
Wow.
out for the brother in arms.
Yeah, the brotherhood. But yeah, those are the two.
I remember I got hit. It was my first year playing, dude. So I've never had a concussion, knock on
Mhm.
wood. I've never had one, luckily. Don't know how. Or should I say I have had one, or
There's
let's say I've
definitely
never had one diagnosed.
yeah, there's definitely been times where at least
I should have.
you've had one that were questionable, but you were like, I feel fine.
I mean, it's what you think is a concussion. Is a concussion when you get your bell rung? Because technically, that's like
That happens
considered
all the time.
a partial. Dude, that's every single hit.
I know that's
man.
why I never got that when they're like, even if you feel the ring, and I'm like, I was like,
That's just another. Dude, that's like a. Dude, I get hit. My dad hit me in the head at when I messed up a play, and they gave me a ring. Like nothing. No, but I remember my first year playing, dude. It was in practice, and I'm running up the sideline, and I wasn't good at football, and I was soft, and I'm running up the sideline. I get hit. It was like one of those like movie hits where I get hit from the
oh
side and
yeah,
fling out of bounds.
the good one.
Dude, I got hit underneath my helmet, dude, for the next 3 days, dude. I had a big old swollen thing right here. It looked like I had a little tumor on my chin. It was so funny. Oh,
Oh,
so
dude.
funny.
Dude, you know what's like the most sensitive spot that I hate to get, like even hit in the face, is the nose. When you get hit just right in the nose,
Water.
yeah, even if it's not like a really like somebody like didn't hit you that hard or like they slapped you, if it hits you in a direct place and your eyes start watering, that's the worst.
Everyone thinks you're crying.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're
no, I'm
like,
not
no,
crying.
no.
It is the absolute worst. The nose is the worst spot.
And then like it makes your nose run sometimes, and you don't want to be that guy who's just like, hey, my nose bleeding.
Dude, I
Be
used
like,
to.
you're fine.
I would get tapped on the nose, dude, and my nose would instantly start bleeding. I used to get bloody noses all the time. Just
Oh,
and they were always bad too. I would wake up in blood, dude. Like my nose just run. I don't know how. I think I'd probably picking or something or dry skin. But it was like I would get touched on my nose and just blood coming out.
dude, I don't know what it was when I was younger, but I was always jealous of kids who got bloody noses out of nowhere.
Jeez, you would have
So-
loved me.
So one day
You'd hated me.
I took my nail and I put it on my nose and I scratched the side of my nose so I could bleed just so I could be like, oh, he had a bloody nose. I think I was like, it was more like everybody would look at you, and I was just like a little starved for attention
You
kid.
just wanted attention, man. You're
I
one
don't
of
know
those
why, because
guys.
I got plenty of attention. But yeah, I was just like, everybody's gonna look at you if you do this. Do it, and I did it. I was just like, I got a bloody nose, and I was like, oh, everybody's probably looking like, oh, dude, he's bleeding, and I was just like, one of those weird things you do.
Yeah. I used to. I remember how I said I didn't fake an injury? I
Mhm.
did fake one time. It was when we first moved up here. I acted like I broke my arm.
Oh, you
I
wanted
went
to be.
so I
I
went
know
to
what I respect that. I used to always want to break my arm so I could have those cool casts.
yes, but so mine was different though cuz I go to school the next day
Uh-huh.
and I didn't like get hurt or anything. I was like, "No, my arm's broken now. It's gonna be broken at school." And so I'm wearing like a sweatshirt and I took a strap off my bag and put it around and it looked like it was a legit sling from outside of the sweatshirt because I had my arm inside.
Hmm.
And so I had the strap. So it was like that. I was making sure that showed. So people are like, "Hey, what is that?" And like, "Where's your arm?" And then all it did was it was a wrap. It was just, or it was a strap, and then it just held my arm right there, and it's like
Uh-huh.
no support, but I had it under there, and the teacher's like, "Oh, what happened?" I was like, "Oh, I broke my arm." He's like, "Yeah, it's bad," and they're like, "Oh no, dude!" I remember the teacher was like legit falling for it
Uh-huh.
until I took my sweatshirt off, and they saw my arm just dangling there. My teacher's like, "You didn't break your arm," and then she email. I think she sent a letter to my grandma. It was like she's faking it. It
We
was
got a
like,
faker.
yeah, I used to fake being sick all the time too at school. Actually, I used to constantly do
Oh,
that.
who didn't? Who didn't? You know?
Yeah, I'm not going to school. I even went
Yeah.
to the one extent. I even one time I poured a soup can in the toilet to
No,
act
you
like I
did not.
puked.
That is
Yeah,
commitment.
one time.
Oh my.
Yeah, I did that.
That's smart. I never thought of that when I was younger. Just a poor kid.
The last time I ever faked something, I think I've told this on the show before, but it was at Gold Run Elementary
Mm-hmm.
down here, down here in Nevada County, and I was acting like I had asthma or something. Weirdo, and I was like telling the teacher I can't breathe. I was like, and so I was in the nurse, and they call my parents, and they're like, yeah, I think he needs to go home. I was like, yeah, me too. I think I need to
Me
go
too.
home.
I
And
agree.
and Papa Pat was in town. He
Oh
comes and picks
yeah.
me up. He's like, he could smell the bullshit from a mile away, and
Well, yeah, dude, he smelled the bull, a part of the American Sniper too. So of course he's gonna catch that.
yes, no, and he's sitting there. He's like, man, it's a bummer that you can't breathe, because he was like, I was gonna take you golfing today. I was like, oh shoot, how am I gonna do this? Like, well, actually, I'm starting to breathe a lot better. He's like, nah. He's like, you need to go home and rest, I guess. I was like, gosh, dang it. That was the last time I ever faked it.
He knew how to break you. Oh man, I'm taking
he
golfing.
he didn't believe it one bit. He
You
was
were gonna
also
have
the
a
first
super
person
cool
I
day.
saw. He was also the first person I saw when I got suspended in high school for the first time. For me and you both know why.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know if I've ever told that on the show. Maybe
you did. You did.
that might be for a new episode or something. But yeah, I go home like I'm all depressed and pissed, like, and my
Literally.
mom drops me off, and he and he's here. He's sitting on the. I remember he's sitting at the counter. He just bought a fresh thing of oranges because he always bought weird fruits and stuff like randomly. He's like, I'm craving some oranges, you? And he'd go buy a big pack of it. And he's sitting there and he looks back. Not a good decision, huh? I was like, it was like what he was like. Dude, he's ruthless when it comes to things like that. He could just, with one saying, it could just make you
Love it.
question everything you've ever done. It's like, and it just the way he said it was like one of those, like, not mad, I'm disappointed, but he's like,
Yeah.
not the best decision you've ever made, huh? And then he just looks at me and then shakes his head and turns. I'm like, ouch, that hurt.
That's the greatest. Not a good decision, huh? It's a bummer.
No.
I had more respect for you.
Yeah, and it hurt. It hurt.
Oh man. Oh,
What time are we at here?
we're at time, baby. We are at
Mid-
time.
it's that time.
Yeah. Justin, where can we find you?
Oh, thank you. JJ underscore man underscore 20 Instagram, Twitter. Follow this podcast, the show underscore with Junior on Instagram. Like and subscribe the show with JNR on YouTube. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your folks. I'm gonna try to get some rat traps to get rid
Oh
of these
yeah.
get rid of these damn flies. But Reed, where can they find you?
You can find me at Reed Piercy
Gibby.
on Instagram. You can also follow my other podcast, Hatbox Mountain Podcast. And yeah.
All right.
Dead air.
Bye.
Bye. I haven't ended it.